Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're working on the Mustang today. I think I got that antifreeze leak stopped, hopefully. We'll see. I haven't started up and running under pressure yet, but I think that clamp stopped it. But we are installing my custom METH tank today. So my system is built. I didn't buy a system from AEM or Snow Performance or anything like that. I did buy a throttle plate. It's going to go down in here from Snow Performance for my nozzle to run into. But I wanted a real simplistic system. Basically, I want to hit a certain amount of boost and my pump to come on and stay on. It's not going to start off soft and pick up, you know, as I get higher in the boost, it ramps up. So this right here, that you can see I put in here, is basically it. I'll push that on there. Now you can hear, I don't know if you can hear it. You can hear that clicking. That's just me blowing in the end of this. Obviously I'm blocking that off. So what happens is I can set this. There is a screw here that I'm going to set. I'll probably end up setting it for 8 to 10 pounds. And when I hit that, or let's say I set it for 8 pounds. When I hit 8 pounds, that's it. My pump's going to come on. I'm going to run a vacuum reference to here. I'm going to cut into this one here so that I can run from here to here. And then I'll run an electrical. It's going to come up. I think I'm going to run it down through here, through my interior. Now the reason I'm going to run it through my interior instead of down underneath with the wire is because I'm also going to splice in this light. So I don't know where I'm going to put this in the interior yet, but I am going to splice this into my interior, and when my pump comes on, this light's going to come on letting me know that my pump is on and that it's getting power. So this here, I'm going to run it through the interior so that I can splice into this and run that. That's going to be my light to let me know the pump's on. And then again, I've got the line here. It's good for 1500, 2000 PSI. It's been tested for. I went out yesterday and I got a grommet. You can see the grommet on there. I can slide that grommet up and down. So that there is going to go in my body because I want it nice and clean. That'll go to my tank, my pump, and that there is going to go to my inlet side. So I'm going to get myself set up here. I'm going to start drilling some holes and start mocking stuff up. I am going to get everything fitted in there today. I think I'm probably going to wrap this wheel well or flock it in some kind of felt just because I want it nice and smooth and everything. I don't like that green, I don't know, I call it like an olive green eco coating. Not my fave. So I'll make sure that I get that done as well. But I'm going to get set up and I'll show you as we go. Okay, so I've got the tank mounted. I'm sure that Ryan and Derek aren't going to like the fact that I had to drill. I didn't drill the holes out. I just put a countersink in there so that these were flush because I wanted them flush. I didn't want them sticking up. So got all those in there, right? She's mounted, she's ready to go. Now I'm just trying to figure out how I should run the pump. So I think I'm going to run the pump like this line here. Now this line here, typically guys, you have just like a small plastic line because this is a vacuum side and it vacuums, you know what I mean, from the pump. This is the pressure side that's more important because it's got, you know what I mean, quite a bit of pressure coming out of it. So again, this pump here I got from Kevin at Car Tuning Performance. Most pumps are a 200 PSI max. This pump here is a 300 PSI max. It runs 200 PSI at 10 amps and a 300 PSI max. It's just a little bit better pump. So I think I'm going to mount it there, and then over here I'm going to have the line. I'm going to drill a hole and then I'm going to kick that back to 1 inch with this here step drill so I can put a grommet in there, and I think that's where my line's going to come in and where my electrical is going to come in, because I'm going to need electrical to come in to tie into here. So I think I'm going to drill that to there. I like the position of it. And then what I think I'm going to do is after it's all done, I think I'm going to put a piece of foam, hard foam in here. I'll get Mike to cut it out for me. I'm going to put a piece of hard foam in there. I'm going to cut it around the pump so that you only see the pump. And then over here I want a bottle of butane. I like to keep butane with me in the car, just in case I get somewhere and it doesn't have 94. I can top it up and make sure that it's a 94, because the car's tuned for 94. So I'll put like a can of butane there, just as a kind of a show. But I think that's where I'm going to put that. So I'm going to drill that hole. I'll get this mounted up here. Ooh, I don't know if I can. Now that I think about it, I cannot put that there because this is in the way. So that's depressing. That is very depressing. I am going to take that off, I think, and see what is under there. Because there's nowhere else that I can mount the pump. So the pump's got to be there, and right underneath of that is that plastic piece. So I'm going to climb underneath. I'm going to take that off and see what's under there, and let you guys know what's going to happen. Okay, so I was able to drill. So this box here is what was in my way. Now I don't know if I can get a shot in there, but up in behind there, I don't know if I can get a shot in there or not. And you can see the bolts hanging down. I was able to get the bolts that I need down through here, but they're only sticking out, you know, I mean, yay far. This here, I don't even, like, it's probably an inch from the top when I bolt that back up. So I was able to put the pump where I wanted to put the pump, right there at the back of the tank. I'm gonna get a hand. I need a hand to put those on there. I'll put those on there, and then I'll start running the lines. Okay, so up there's where the hose is coming out. The line's coming out of the tank. I've got the grommet in. Like I said, I was able to get my pump mounted, even with this in the way. I just pulled it down, and it just stuck the way, just a little bit in the way here. So I got that done, and then I'm running the line. So it's hard to see. The line runs all the way up there, and it runs way up there. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's all zip tight up there, and it comes up on top of my cradle, and it runs down along the side of my gas tank where I've got it zip tied again. It's coming along now. I'm gonna run it down here with the rest of my lines, but it's getting pretty crowded underneath. This here is that shield, a plastic shield. She's getting pretty crowded with all of the, like, because I've got a full return system on the car. I've got the one-way check valve here. So she's getting a little bit crowded, but I am going to get her up there. And then I'm going to see if I can't run it up here. I don't know. I'd like to run it up inside that wheel well again, but I think I'm running out of space in there. We'll see if I can get it up inside of this plate inside the wheel well. That's where I would like to run it, but I might have to run it. We'll see. I'm gonna have to play around with where I can run it, but so I'm gonna run that line. You can see I got it hanging down. I'll zip tie it all up, and I'll decide where I'm gonna run that to, and show you guys when I got it up top. Okay, so a little bit of messing around. I was able to get this line down underneath here. I ran it down, and I did run it up with these lines, and it does go up, and it goes up in here and up through my wheel well into the engine bay, the same place that the rest of my fuel lines and everything go. The line's pretty long. I've got quite a bit up there, but yeah, let me drop it down. I'll show you. I got my skid plate and everything back on. Yep. Yeah. So there's the tank. Pump's installed. Line runs in. This is the line that I just ran underneath the car. Runs this grommet over here, and then all the way up to the front. So I've got to run underneath the car, and then up here, you can see here's the line here. I've got it. Came in through down there. I don't know if you can see that, guys. See? I got it run in nice and tight, and then I'm going to run it up along my firewall, because I do have, this is the problem with buying a pre-made line, is that I've got tons of it now, and I don't know what to do with all that line. But I'm going to run it up to the plate. It's going to run up to that plate. I'm going to take this vacuum line off here, put a T on there, this T right here. It's going to run to this, and then all I've got to do is run a power wire from here over to the power, and then I've got to run another line from here to the back. And again, once I get it inside, I'm going to mock up that light so that I know when my meth tank is on, and then I'm going to run it down underneath the carpet all the way to the trunk for my meth tank. So I'm going to play around here a little bit, find out what I can do with all this line, and I'll let you guys know, like I say, when it's when I got it all wired up. Alright guys, so I got it all wired up. Electrical's all done down here. I got it tucked up underneath. It goes all the way along, all the way up to the front. Tank's got meth in it. I've got the lines done. Oh, I don't like that. Almost look like it's leaking there. So keep an eye on that. Looked like maybe there was one drop underneath there. I have primed the system because I want to see. So up at the front, I've got it all hooked up, except I don't have my plate in. I've got it sitting out because I wanted to prime it. So what I'll do, I'll show you. I'm going to blow on this. This is going to trigger my solenoid, and it should, if everything is correct, it should kick on the meth. So again, I've only got the one nozzle in there. Oh. Now that's a 14 liter an hour nozzle. I'll wipe that down now. Holy man. I know all you guys, everybody that runs meth kind of knows this, but holy Jesus. This is, I got M5 in there, and man is it cold. Anyway, let me clean that up. So I am going to take this off now. I will stick my plate in there, get that all situated, and get the line done. And then it's off to the dyno. So I'm not sure if the guys, I mean, I got some great friends, and you know, they're always out to help me out. I don't know if I can get it to the dyno tomorrow. I'm going to try and get it to the dyno tomorrow. But I know that he's got a bunch of twin turbo vets he's got to do. He's got just a ton of Camaros and stuff. So I don't know if he's going to be able to squeeze me in tomorrow. And they do all of their tuning on Tuesdays and Fridays. So if I don't get the dyno testing done tomorrow, it will be done on Friday. We'll get down there and we'll get it on the dyno and see exactly what it makes. Obviously, I'm hoping for some good numbers. But for those of you that are tuning in, because we are putting the meth tank in the Mustang here, the channel is actually about a 1997 Toyota Supra. It's getting a Veilside 4509 GTR body kit on it. Everything we do to the car gets voted on by you guys. This is some of the body kit here. It is out at Paintworks right now. We are getting ready to do paint on it. This is all like the whole front cradle's been redone. Everything's been powder coated. That's the rear sub assembly. All brand new hubs, bearings, all the shields, brake lines. Everything on the car is going to be brand new. I've got a 2JZ, that's what's over there. You might have seen it in the background. That's what's in that bag right there, is a 2JZ. It's getting a single turbo. It's going to be 500 or 600 horsepower by the time it's done. That's wheel horsepower. And when we're done, we will be giving it away to one lucky subscriber. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to your channel for your chance to win a 97 Toyota Supra with a Veilside 4509 GTR kit, completely restored, frame off restoration. It's on a rotisserie right now. You can check out some of the other videos. And yeah, like us on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. And we'll see you in the next video.